Assalamu alaikum, adab, and hello. I am Zara Hamid and I'm from Lahore, Pakistan. I am the founder of Pakistan's first platform about body positivity, diversity, and inclusiveness called Dewanezahra. Every Monday, I would like to bring to you a story, a unique story about the struggle and the triumphs of the human spirit, and how we rise from the ashes every single day with our choices and how we choose to lead our lives. This story is going to be called Meri Kahani. And Meri Kahani is a unique space where you can come and share your story, or if you want to anonymously share your story, you can write to me at Dear Dewanezahra and at dewanezahra@gmail.com. Today, I'm going to share with you my story. I'm bipolar 2, and I have been struggling with my diagnosis and with being bipolar since I was 16. Today, at 41, I finally have the courage to own my story, to own the fact that I am bipolar 2 and I manage this condition every day with the help of my family, my husband, my two children, with the help of staff that helps me every day to manage my life, and also with the help of all my friends globally and a very good therapist and a very good psychiatrist who have helped me to come to this point in time where I can own the fact that I am bipolar 2. It's been a difficult journey. It started when I was 16. I remember I developed what my parents called a temper. And I had some eating conditions. I had gained weight. I was feeling unhappy. And they thought that, there's something wrong because I was behaving so out of the ordinary from my usual happy go lucky childhood self. Some attributed it to the teens, some attributed it to hormones. But my mother felt that there was something more, and she took me to a psychologist who actually diagnosed me as clinically depressed after doing extensive tests and hours of therapy. I was diagnosed as clinically depressed and also put on Prozac. So that became my crutch. I was a Prozac queen from 16 to 28. And during this time, I worked. I went to college, I worked, I had a career in media. I became very successful in my work in advertising, in television. And then I got married. I had children. And I had to stay on Prozac throughout. As it happens with all people who suffer from mental conditions, when you're feeling good, you're feeling great, and you think that you can leave your medicines. That's exactly what I did. I left my medicines cold turkey and I plummeted into a very, very dangerous rage and sad situation where I was dangerous not just to myself but also to my children. My husband was alarmed. My extended family couldn't understand what was wrong with me. I didn't know what was wrong with me. And I became so angry and so violent that it depressed me to that level where I became suicidal. It was only when I was, after I had recovered from a suicide attempt, that my husband took me to see a doctor who was a neurophysician, and he said, I think you may be bipolar. And I was sent to my first proper psychiatrist, one of Lahore's oldest psychiatrists. And when I called him up and I told him about my condition and the reference, he said, Zara, I will see you when you actually are institutionalized. Meaning, if you come to our clinic and you are a part of the hospital, if you are admitted, only then will I see you. And I felt that this was a great travesty because despite having a reference and despite going getting there from this long journey, I had no respite. So I was handed over, my case was handed over to a young therapist who, unfortunately, like many therapists and many psychiatrists in Pakistan and the world over medicated me. I was put on lithium, a crazy cocktail of drugs that were almost 20 medicines a day. So, what happened to me? I became a zombie. I couldn't talk. I couldn't focus. I couldn't read. I couldn't talk to my children. I became extremely depressed. I gained 100 pounds in this process. I went through numerous testings, and after 3 very difficult years in which the people who supported me were my closest family and friends, and my husband and my children, I was able to be pulled out of this very toxic situation and taken to a new set of doctors because I was suffering, and so was everybody who was around me and my caretakers. And I finally met my current psychiatrist. She is a renowned public practitioner and a private one. And she, along with my therapist, formed a bond with me that helped me to slowly, very slowly recover from the toxicity of the 3 years of treatment that I had gone through, in which I was over medicated. It has now been 4 years of my being in therapy and on medication. And I have now come to that point at 41, starting at 16, diagnosed at 35, that I can talk about being bipolar 2 and talk about how hard it is and also what has helped me. What has helped me has been structure. Structure has saved my life. The practice of choosing every single day to live my life in a better way, not just for myself, but for the people who love me, has helped me tremendously to grow and become stronger. Strong enough to talk to you, strong enough to start a platform about positivity, because being in a positive state of gratitude and abundance is the only way to survive. They say from great darkness rises great light. And I believe that. I think if you are struggling with something, whether it's mental illness, whether it is in your relationships, whether it is in life generally, in your finances, you should share that struggle. You should also share your lessons and what you have learned from it, so that it can help other people, so that you can impart your unique, universal wisdom, which is what I would like to do through this platform. And I would like to share how to help people who are bipolar 2, how to help people with mental conditions, how to be in a positive state, how to recognize and love yourself, and to be kind. Be kind to yourself. I hope that this story inspires you to share your story, and I hope to hear from millions of you from all across the world about your unique story, your Kahani. Write to us, watch us. We're on Facebook and on Instagram as Dewanezahra.com, and I am so very honored and very humbled to be here. Thank you.